Hello everyone, it is I, the Man of Pandalorian, and today we're playing Tavern Talk. This game looks very awesome. I love the fantasy setting, and I just want to play it. Create a new save file. Oh, that's kind of cool. Him.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away, in a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious.
This is pretty.
Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh my gosh, this game looks so beautiful. Hello. Oh gosh, I gotta give voices. I don't know what voice to give her. Hiya, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes. Yes. All fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better. I took a walk around the grove and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same Amaranthine Hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very... exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts. Walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts.
These nuts. Ha! Got him!
I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock, and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No, I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though, I am very good at Phoenix chilies. Growing Phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Oh, I was talking about the spice in your life. That's what you mean. Well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a blend of soup. So, a classic case of boredom? I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. Have you tried visiting a circus? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Have you tried adding some zest into your soup? Huh? Drama. Buzz. excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater or a gala. Arrive in the hot air balloon. On an air balloon? Don't they fly up? Really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights and of people and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing. But what is singing if not telling of a tale? How can I sing of these things I have never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in and day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing. I wish to be a hero slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. That sounds like a good song opening to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps there's a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it. Because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Character information unlocked Fable. Oh, she's an elf, 110 years old. They, them. Ranger, Ashen Grove, alignment neutral gold, the Hangman. Fable Verafina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They are sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything, really. Their nut allergy probably doesn't help either. Allergic to the nut, it's okay. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder. Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be in with the nymph or be the nymph? Both. But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yeah, sure. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Ooh, drink making time. Oh, that's so cute. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Ooh, we're gonna make some nice drinks. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No, I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use a chalk to draw onto the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for another reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just trying to make a drink. You got this. Okay. So she wants dexterity, or they want dexterity. My bad. So they want some dexterity. How much of that would I want? Actually, I should have looked at the recipe. Switch strike. So it requires all dexterity, a little bit of intelligence, and a little bit of constitution. I think that's what it was. So okay, so we got 3 cups of dexterity. I believe that's what it takes. Takes a little bit of intelligence. Okay, so maybe 1 star of that. And then 1 star of constitution. Swift strike, that's all it takes. Okay. Go ahead and order up. Yay, first step. Make your first drink. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just a very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that. You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of. Aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Oh, a new character. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma wouldn't hurt. Sure. Whatever. Edgy rogue? Okay. So we gotta order that. We get 3 tries. So what he wanted, spoken heart. So that's all charisma, a little bit of strength and constitution. Draw a recipe. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so that's one way you can keep track of it. I gotta give him a voice too. 3 cups of strength. Let's do a little bit of that. Oh, wait. Oh, that's... Oh, is that right? I think that's too much attack. That's too much attack. Oh, here you go, Andu. Oh, okay. I could have just poured out. Okay, so it requires all charisma. So 3 cups of charisma, like a little bit of strength, and then a little bit of. There you go, spoken heart, served right up. I'm gonna give him a voice. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Oh, maybe I should give him like a, what is it? Really like low. Almost wash away the memories of the banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a rumor. Let's look at that. Rumors. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully hyperbole. Hyperbole. All right. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers. Fable, we belong to the woods like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like a bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. There's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. And you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Aw, I kind of relate to that. Oh, it's nighttime now. Hello?
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
What did we learn? Okay, she's... Okay. Hello, greetings, traveler. How may I help you? I don't know what pronouns to give them, so I'm just going to assume they're heavy, strong. You own this establishment and keep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Sarah Lynn. You can call me Sarah or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Sarah Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no. No quests for me. But I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tregerin. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart. The whole program. A werewolf? That's new to me. That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Ereve. Been wondering if it's the same one. Just moving up. Like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with the one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with vampires? Think so. Nah, that's just split society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one are you, Innkeep? I'm team werewolf. Sorry, vampires. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes. That's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf? Yes. All the time. At least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of your werewolf self? The werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know? Hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, the hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get it done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Sarah. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Sarah, or Lynn. I like Lynn. Lynn is like powerful. Gotcha, Lynn. Hi, Chief. You got a name or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me that watered down muck instead. Okay, so she wants something. Oh, so cute. Pet Endo for the first time. I can pet him. Oh my god, Endo, you're the best familiar. Okay. So she wants something with strength. So she probably wants the Southern Brawler. So it is all strength. So 3 cups of strength. Or 3 pints of strength. A little bit of constitution. And then some charisma. Southern Brawler, orders up. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west, through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that. Yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead? It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not so much use digging up the past. It's just gonna open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. Past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and I'm ending it. Alright? Well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. Don't do groups. But sure. For more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into a proper quest, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help. Fine, I guess I got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I store all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. think the best next step would be sorting the matching snippets of your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure that they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Okay, so we've gotten a lot of these two. The Vukakin Saralyn told me about werewolf who was roaming around Traegrin, a potential threat to villagers. The werewolf previously has been seen in Ereve, a southern town, a nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? And the werewolf previously has been seen in Ereve, the southern town, a nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? And a werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. Okay, that seems simple enough. On words, combine rumors to create your first quest. A werewolf on detours. A reticent Vukakin passed by wayfarers inn reporting a werewolf making their way up to Traegrin from Ereve. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Traegrin from this werewolf mayhem? Thank you. Alright, first quest. Hopefully someone doesn't die from doing their quest. Aww. This is so cute. Okay. First night, first day on the shift. Hopefully we're gonna meet more lovely, beautiful characters. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Prelude to Bravery, 58 for the Wake. Oh, I love this. And if you guys don't know, I love the fantasy genre and I love D&D. It's just, I don't know, there's something about like the fantasy, magic stories, adventures. I love it all. Oh. Fable's back. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Traegrin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it? Yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you? Are you, oh. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrains. Woods even. Preferably one who's good with the bow. One who tells me they want a quest. I'm good with the bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around the woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No. Not just maybe. Since yesterday, I've been able to think about this and you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out to me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know, forest? You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I had to go on the quest. And I had to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? I missed and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe? I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I want to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less obnoxious than you. Oh, not obnoxious. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I had a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Abel? In general, I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I don't want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses. But it would make a great start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know about what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have a history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I had the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mari Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. The Mari Morgan incident? Yes, the Mari Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia, word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with spirits who call it home. So, they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tragrin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers. One stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I didn't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears, and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end... Oh. Whoa, do I get to pick? Ooh. The undead snails? Whoa, hold on a second. Let's keep this here. And in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right in the arms of the wyvern and a wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after I arrived to the guard, the portal to the dream plane Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it to some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven. But I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranth and Hydra. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around. And how its green scales match my hat. It was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just sat down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmaments of past. Some things are as steady as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as the Leviathan sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love teeth." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranth and Hydras have given me a riddle. A quest, maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out how the answers, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it, son? Yes. And you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Wood halves are about useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out into the whole kingdom. Everybody would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it just been once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's been most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go. Like an adventuring companion who simply wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby. All day long, when I pluck them, they release their spores and I start crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I have never been so heartbroken. I'm so sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture of the hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have been a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me. More at me. Maybe they would have laughed with you if you chose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. Oops. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes? Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please, never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. How can it be? How can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem just to get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. Okay, Fable. Let's start with that. I'm insecure because I don't know I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. Like, on a quest? For example? Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't? Excuse me. And then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and a future hero, charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save villagers. and I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that makes me more nimble and quiet? So that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity? If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just hungry lost liking after all, and it needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it for one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can be influenced by fate. It can change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. I love that. Okay, so they want something. I apologize. They want something that gives them high charisma, but still wants them to. Oh, she wants 2 orders. Spoken heart. Sparkling. This is probably more magic. This is probably more physical. So let's keep that there. Wyvern Chimera, keep that there. Lynn, that's so cool. So we got Elf. We got a Vukakin. That's pretty cool. Mummy? Sorry, what? Mummy? Okay, so I will leave the choice up to you. Just don't pick a random recipe. Okay. So does she want 2 drinks? Or does she want a balance? Let's follow. Because maybe she might want some charisma. So, and they require a little bit of everything. So what we could do. So maybe if she wanted high charisma. And then a little bit. Let's take a look at the logs. Oh, oops, that's not the logs. We do have 3 strikes. Something out with diplomacy. So yeah, I guess so. So, oh, I guess we already got up there. So it's high in charisma, but still gives her some dexterity, and I kind of want her to have that. Let's go with this. Oh, okay. So it has to be a recipe that fits. Okay, never mind. So you can't brew it. So it has to be a. So let's give her. We do want her to have some high charisma. So let's do spoken heart. Because maybe she wants both. At least it tells me that I'm wrong. Because then otherwise we wouldn't have to worry about that. And then some of this. Spoken heart. This should do it. Thank you. I feel so much better. Braver. Farming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Chigrin. And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk to myself out of any situation. Thank you, again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up picking a quest, so... I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seemed like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magic properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that onto mortals like us? Exactly. I think they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order to drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. You got this, Fable. I believe in you. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Oh, the rogue's back. There's some water. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Alrighty, somebody wants a broken heart. Spoken heart. Maybe eventually he'll come around more often and then he'll start talking to us because we've been giving him charisma. Maybe he's really just low in charisma. Just really low in charisma and does not want to talk to us at all. Right, orders up. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it'll help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make you come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Am I getting paid for this? Charming. Alrighty. Nighttime is around. Oh, hey. Careful. You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not one of those empty babblers. I can't confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems like they've given us some more dialogue options than most, but that doesn't convince me just yet. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Of course not. Probably forgot to give you enough intellect. Would surprise me if there actually was a brain inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, but I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. Sure. I must agree, you look much more delicious than they usually do. Thank you. Though I should let you know I'm not on the menu. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Oh, my cape. Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is an ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask what happened? How that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I am Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette Dussain. It's long for Kyle. Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood, or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Alrighty, so he wants something with red. So, Southern Brawler could be one. Oh, there's Ignis. Yeah. So, combination of offense and defense not denominated by Ignis. This drink is very fiery hot or ice cold depending on what kind of fight you're looking for. I think that is the only red drink. So, let's go with that. So, a cup of attack, a little bit of charisma, and a little bit of constitution. I think so anyways. Defense, not constitution. Alrighty, there's up. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as chaser you could let me have a bite. No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Okay. A little cold. No pun intended. So she wants a frosted lagoon. So max defense. Can I stir this to him? That's crazy that allow me to do that. Okay, I don't want to serve all that away. So a little bit of attack or strength, and then a little bit of charisma. Everyone loves a good charisma. A taste of Ur, just for you, valid customers number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about the ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you earned it. Alright, picture me, deep in the mountains of Dulvermer, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. And suddenly this big ooze comes along and slurp, gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we can go look for it in my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And the sun kills ye. Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior. I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but then the ooze slipped me gold. I had to do something, so I took me shovel and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. And guess what he was clinging onto? A gold. Oh yes, a big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Bolivia. And perhaps it could even give me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, sunshine. We had a deal. Ah. We did. Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Bolivia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder where in his life where this man put his cape. Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. How? Maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal. I could put in a quest for you, but for that, we need a little bit more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by the Lord Strut in Bolivia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course, I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding. When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampire Countess Evelyn, residing in Marrow Castle? Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her, every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape? Oh, rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her, the thief of thieves, robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn. How could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps. Innkeeper. That's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape from me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Morrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of the mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansions of my dear Evelyn. Queen of darkness, temptress of men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need to write this quest up for you. I'm sure she'll have your cape back. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale. Whoa, with some artificial stamina. For artificial stamina, I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. I love this. Okay, so you need another lagoon. Okay. A little bit of this. And then a little bit of attack. And then a little bit of charisma. Orders out. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No. I cannot drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails ye. The whole way here, we're complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons. Could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh. Oh, right. Innkeeper. Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin. I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me. My aunt Mathilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun's protection. A chimera? A thing, beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that wouldn't have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it out for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh, nah. Forget it. I ain't going. With nothing more on me shovel but a shovel on ooze and goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds. Especially that part. Splendid. Did you hear that? A quest for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep. While we wait for someone to do this work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight? Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real boy one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. I love this dynamic. Okay, so they want a quest. A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seemed a bit confused, wanting to go for a stroll in the sun. The vampire last saw his cape on the wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. One thing that stands for is just says chimera saliva. At the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peaks resides Count Evelyn, the vampire temptress. Be wary of invisible threats. I think this is I think this is enough for Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, on a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After studying questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he'd lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but beware, she might be invisible. Oh, is that not it? Oh, so we need another one to find the Wyvern currently says adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. According to the Emerald Hydra, Chimera's hatred for mice is universal. So the one thing that stands a chance against a green chimera. A wyvern chimera's residence in Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. The one thing that stands a chance between the according to chimera saliva. And then according to Emerald Hydra, a hatred for mice is universal truth. Or maybe it's just rhyme with ice. Who can say? I think this is right. Okay, it automatically does it. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Okay, we made a. These look fine. I hope that it doesn't cause any more confusion. To feed him, dust the floors, and then get a good night's rest. Go ahead and continue on. I want to complete the first act. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this part of the video. If you do like this longer form of content, do let me know in the comment section. I would appreciate the feedback. Then again, I enjoy doing this longer form content. It allows me to play the game more, and we get to discover more of the game. And I'm really enjoying this game. I really do. Continue on the next day. More drama, more stories. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have some access to the Fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together the Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Oh, diplomacy is key. Oh, she came back. What kind of access should I give her? What is her class? She's a beast slayer. Background Ereve. Alignment Chaos. Good. Chariot. Ling is the strongest, fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way or form, and understandably for her. Keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being a mistake for one either. Rhea is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste and PC talk. Whatever any of that means. And seems seems to have caught herself a lost vampire with digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she is now stuck with him. Kyle. A peculiar visitor looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems that he has definitely lost more than just that. possibly also a few of his memories and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in the Morrow Castle, and enjoys sunbathing, maybe a tad bit too much. This is awesome. We have 5 more characters, and I'm pretty sure the rogue is going to be one of them. And I love this. So we have a blacksmith, vampire, ranger, beast slayer. So we'll definitely. I don't know what I'm still trying to find her voice. Should I give her like a little like? So, Inkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's so good. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not. So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater, at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like a feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was going to kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No. Alfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think he is confused about the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kinda. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon. Of the quest fable. Right, the quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregerin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can watch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. And God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'll do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. Yeah. I don't remember when darkness enshrouded hearing. Blocked hearing. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf. Esque-shaped picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped down the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her and maybe that would keep her calm, help her calm down. It confused me alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please, put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you? A guard?" I was about to introduce myself when I heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. It made the blood freeze in my veins. Heard panting and heavy footsteps and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf. Yellow gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I begged for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Saralyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at the point. Good. So you went to the Fable's aid? To Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear, that old... Hey, why can't I see that? What the... Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyway, it was just like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping but joking. That's the only way I could talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry. Distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his family. His own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away. Without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind. Worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him myself. If I ever saw him again. Always thought he couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did they figure it out? Or how did you figure it out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing at Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Or Thank you? I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they could have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. Was when it has stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could just stop two angry wolves? Oh, well. Anyways, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found about Mr. Dragon and Saralyn and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Master Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. He couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known he'd helped him the best we could. At the very least, we'd built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would happen, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving. Deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things. Or bukkake things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. They had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. You got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to set them change. We have to see him change first, and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a gray sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. E.T. got so obsessed with the cure that he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he did, what he done. That he has to accept that he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We played charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of... It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them and promised that they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of an adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after a heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? I got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update on you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. Had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah! Said something about being it for you, Inkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know. I promise. It wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So, a drink? What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Aye aye, Captain. You want some... I'm pretty sure she wants the Southern Brawler, right? Yeah, the attack. So a pinch of charisma and a pinch of defense. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Southern Brawler. Serves up. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you think you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses? Yes, no problem. I've had a stressful day. Night, morning, sequence of events. Aye aye. Coming right up. Swift strike. I love games like this. Makes me want to play more. Make a swift strike for you. Some intelligence. And then some defense. Alrighty. Swift strike it is. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Sarah, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as a payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Sure. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. Haha, you're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Sarah first, but I'd be happy to be the second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. I love this. The relationship is building. The story, juicy. Okay, now it's nighttime, so we could probably see the vampire again. Oh, the rogue. Good evening to you too. This quest. He wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No, my legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean... Yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems... strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. Below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood? Interest. You saw blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Oh gosh. Really? All of them? Yes. Or, yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of the Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotten flowers. They say death plays her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins in your pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than it stealing is a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially that. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. Consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind. Gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair. Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I need a few stamps. Would you like some? No. Too traceable. About a drink then? I could do one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into the parts of yourself that you previously aware of. Raise yourself up from their shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? How about a joke? A joke? I don't do jokes. And I don't do tricks, I'm afraid. How do explorers hide their treasure? How? By dragging them to a safe location. Alright. I feel bad for you. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today and was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For the purposes, I think you would benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. Oh, they give you a plus. Okay. It is hard to tell which ones are magical ingredients and which ones are regular frozen pine cones. Either way, they seem to get the job done. Frost armor is the ultimate solution when it comes to protection against anything, whether physical or magical. Bit cold, but nothing a blanket can't fix. Much of a playful fey, they are named after fey crystals to see they're not actually crystals, but magical plants, handmade by sealess sages wishing to share their magical gifts with the world. Invisibility. It's perfect aid for stealth quests as well as hunting, very helpful for avoiding fights entirely. And then Phoenix Chili. The Phoenix Chili is found natively around near the charred valleys of the burning peaks. Though an invasive species, it is delicious. Fire resistance is great when fighting enemies that wish to burn you to ashes. Helps a bunch with fighting draconic creatures, but that does not protect against lava. Interesting. Frozen pinecone have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible. Eventually, and for a bit, the duration is unpredictable. I also got some Phoenix chilies, but I don't think that would be very useful in your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want to stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Oh, that does sound appealing. Strength, I can do. Strength, I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To outstealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose. So that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach will require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen. Should my speed and agility not be enough? Help me with the decision and keep. Wisdom is no joke, is it? I do want him to live. So, okay. They may alter the drink in a way that I have used different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I can even try to add an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Alright, Andu, let's do this. So, we want to do Swift Strike. Oh, let's do Swift Strike. So we want to add the invisibility, so that gives them both intelligence and dexterity. So we want all of dexterity. We want a bit of intelligence. Wait. We want a little bit of intelligence. Oh, that gives them a plus. Okay. And then we want this one. Right? It didn't make Swift Strike though. I think it's too much. Oh, I see. So it's like it adds already, so you don't need to pour some of it. Some spice to the table. Adding infusion to mix a drink is your choice. Okay. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, Innkeep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink? The garlic breath? Ha! Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this helps me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me, goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Farewell. Wow, I like Zephyr's character. Or for a bitter end. Oh, Lynn. I love Lynn. I'm taking this quest in the drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah. Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No. Your beds are just too comfortable. It was just hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I'll make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already did that. Said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. You want Southern Brawler? She doesn't want anything special, does she? She doesn't want any, Cause so we got 2 quests already. Zephyr. He's an air echo, which is kind of cool. Rogue. Chaotic good. And Arcana of the Moon. Zephyr is a difficult character to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends that he does. Interesting. So we want Southern Brawler. Give her some oh wait, no. Wait. Actually, that's right. And we can do the rest of Southern Brawler. There we go. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink Saralyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating, and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It cooled by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So this alive was for a vampire. A vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get the chimera goop themselves? It's a wyvern. It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. It got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? I wouldn't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't that priest. You do a piss-poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous. Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one or to survive one. It seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got the dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about the dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many other creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she'd always claim that she met each of the realm keeper themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those, passed on to me before she passed. Left. One day she was just gone, thinking she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. I like to think she revisited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. She went to go get the milk and never came back. At least she went her savings alone. That sword and her stories, all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into the memories of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No, was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. But never found a withered one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tell. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, do you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend that I was one when I was little. Really wanted the magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance Don't either. Either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want to drink to pep you up, Lynn? They didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright. What can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Hurt it quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for it to bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Abba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy the good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix Chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your red chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Alrighty. So we go to our logs. So she either wants something to have intelligence. So she wants to fight the Chimera. But if I remember correctly, the Chimera was nice, no? Because like it's more wisdom than anything. Let's look at the logs. Oh, I can't go back on the previous day. So she did take the quest. A Wyvern Chimera. Its scales and claws are valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. It hasn't happened to a certain vampire. Maybe it'll. Or a mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the Chimera, not the vampire, and bring. So we could make her. We could make her intelligent to think about using the mouse because they're afraid of mice. Let's do smart. I do like this this pessimistic. I think not pessimistic. This pacifist route I can go because it like kind of brings the characters out more. So let's do sparkling nebula. Do that. So it requires a little bit of charisma. And then all intelligence. Wow! So sparkly, right, Andu? Yes, indeed. Good boy. Alrighty, let's go. Figured it out. Thanks. Hope you seasoned it with some chicory. It does feel weird, like my brain is sparkling. No refunds. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe we should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But then he has an easy solution. Ever been fun? But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in the mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting for you to hear of your exploits upon your return. Alrighty. Finish the day. Feed onto. Sweep the area. And then we say goodnight. Wow. I'm definitely enjoying this a lot. Are we gonna go to Act 2? Or is this Act 1? This is still Act... Do we just keep going? Should we just go on all acts? Maybe let's hold it off there. But again, if you really enjoy this game, I love Tavern Talk. It's like, I don't know, it's something relaxing about this game. and the D&D vibes, the magical fantasy vibes. I love it, and the mixing the characters is just awesome. Kind of reminds me of my own party, the games that I would play. But yes, if you do happen to enjoy this and you want more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave in the comments of who your favorite character is. And if you enjoy the voices, I'm not the greatest voice actor, but I want to be a whole variety of it. Again, thank you guys so much. I want to thank everybody for getting me to my goal of we're slowly getting there. 200 subscribers. Again, leave a like and subscribe. It will help my journey a lot. See you guys next time, and have a good one.